What's up, ladies and gents, Ghost here, back with another look at one of the second assault maps. Today we're going to be taking a look at Gulf of Oman, as always looking at the Levolution changes and some of the changes that have actually made to the map itself since its implementation in Battlefield 3. So the first change here, and a new weapon coming into Battlefield 4, but not really new to a lot of the Battlefield 3 players. If you played BF3, you'll probably be familiar with this little dune buggy here. This is the DPV, or the Desert Patrol Vehicle. So this is the weapon that you get on the secondary gunner position, and I kind of like this thing. It's essentially an improvised grenade launcher. You can see they've just sort of stuck an ammo box on the side there, filled it with grenades which essentially look like they were made out of toilet rolls, and yeah, you can just spam that thing, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be a huge improvement over the regular 50 cal that you have on a lot of the other Jeeps. So here you can see I've made my way all the way up one of the cranes and right to the end, and you can see there's a pretty menacing dust cloud off in the distance, and this is the big Levolution event that happens on Gulf of Oman. So this isn't really quite as spectacular as, say, the Levolution event that happens on Caspian border. It's a little bit more of an atmospheric one. So here down on the ground, you can see that the dust cloud is finally starting to roll in here. Now, I don't believe this is actually a player-triggered Levolution event. I think it just happens automatically at some point during the match. So what triggers it exactly, I don't really know. It may be once one of the teams gets to half of their conquest tickets, or if you're playing a different game mode, maybe it has some other sort of a requisite. So if any of you guys know exactly what triggers this event, let me know down in the comments below. So there you can see I was flying around in one of the F-35s. It seems pretty useless. Visibility is less than good. In fact, it would probably be a huge understatement to say that it was poor. It's pretty damn terrible, to be honest. You can't really see anything. Spotting enemies is probably going to be less than easy up in the air. And now I've landed down on the ground, and I actually figured this out randomly, but you're going to see that some huge slabs of concrete are going to end up dropping from this crane. There goes one. And I really didn't realise what was happening until I looked up here, and then I realised that due to the wind, the dust and everything, you can actually unbalance this crane by taking out the counterweights, and it will indeed topple over completely. So I really hope you don't intend on sniping much on this map, at least on the late game. If it wasn't bad enough already having this terrible visibility, well, now one of your primary sniping positions has gotten taken out as well. Now, I know that some people aren't quite as keen on this Levolution event as others. A lot of people are annoyed by the poor visibility. You can't really snipe anymore. It's hard to fly in air vehicles, but I kind of like it. I mean, just check out this atmospheric feeling inside this building here. The lights are swaying from side to side. It feels kind of eerie, you know, like somebody could sneak up behind you and knife you in the back. Now, check out this guy here. He flies over me in a jet, and I seriously barely heard him coming. So not only does it change your visual perspective of the game, but it really messes with your sound as well. Now, something else that is worth noting about the other cranes, that is to say the ones that don't fall down, is that you can hit the parts that are balanced on the end there with an RPG or a s'more, and boom, down they come crashing. And that was pretty close actually. That almost hit me. And if you are standing underneath that, it will kill you. Now, I don't really think this is much of a viable tactic for taking somebody out. If you're going to kill somebody and they're approaching that crane area, you're probably much better off just simply shooting them rather than trying to line up a well-aimed shot at the concrete beam that's being supported by the crane. So probably not an especially effective tactic, but it would definitely look cool in a montage. Alright guys, so that's going to do it for this one. I couldn't really find anything else that changed on the map. That was pretty much it for the Levolution events. And as for changes on the maps themselves since Battlefield 3, Gulf of Oman seemed pretty similar. It hasn't seen as many radical changes like, for example, Operation Metro or like Caspian border with that huge wall being put in place there. It seems to be mostly the same. So if any of you guys have noticed changes, as always, let me know in the comments down below. I will admit that Gulf of Oman was not one of my favourite maps from Battlefield 3. I know it's a lot of other people's favourite, and there were plenty of servers out there with like 2,000 tickets on Gulf of Oman alone with fast vehicle spawns and whatnot, but for me, it just really wasn't my cup of tea. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Thank you ever so much for watching. I'll be getting the last video out covering Firestorm very soon, so stay tuned for that one. Take care guys, and I'll see you all next time.